Hi, y'all. It's time for our lunch break musings for the day. I didn't have a specific question. I just kind of wanted to take the temperature, see what's happening out there, energetically speaking. Um, so let's get down to it. First card out of the pack, the Tower, reversed. So we're looking at fear of change, delayed disaster, suffering, collapse, stormy times. Well, that certainly fits the bill, doesn't it? I think we all kind of feel that way right about now. And then the next card I pulled was the King of Wands. Now, this is talking about a natural leader being able to see the big picture, um, overcoming challenges that come our way. I think this also speaks of the American people. Most are natural leaders, and they eagerly will step into that spot if they think they can do some good. Um, we're also in the process of overcoming great tragedies. We had one yesterday that I'm trying to not let color the way I look at everything today. But at the same time, we know that we do have visionaries out there in the political arena who are doing their damnedest to set things right, to get the wheel turning again, to replace the broken spokes that the current occupant and team are intent upon knocking out. Knock out enough spokes, the wheel stops turning. The wheel stops turning and everything falls apart. So we really need this guy, or gal. It could be a woman. I'm in the parking tower, y'all, so every time a car goes by, it's really loud. I'm sorry for that. The next card up was the High Priestess. And for that, we're looking at that inner intuition, that knowledge of knowing what it is Spirit is trying to say to us, of being willing to open our hearts and our minds to listen to what Spirit is saying to us. It's not always easy. I mean, it's real easy to look at someone else and say, well, they're immoral, they're unethical. But then we have to turn around and look in the mirror and look at ourselves and say, am I being immoral? Am I being unethical? And that's where opening your eyes to Spirit Source, that's where that can help you with that. Next up, I drew the Five of Cups reversed. That says acceptance, moving on, personal authority, self-forgiveness. That's a lot of what the kind of work we're going to have to do as we look in that mirror at ourselves. It's not an easy job to do. We don't like to open that doorway and look through, especially when it's us looking back. It's a lot easier to pass judgment on others and not look at ourselves and what we've been doing. I think with this card, we're feeling the despair. Every day it's something else, something else, something else. Every day something else happens. People are tired. They're tired of the chaos. They're tired of the lies. They're tired of all the BS that comes out of the current occupant and his gang of miscreants. We've just got to work our way through it. Then I drew the Four of Wands, reversed. So that says, if I can read it, inner harmony, conflict with others. No, okay. Lack of support. And there's a lot of people feeling that right now. I'm sitting in the car in the tower, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time seeing this. And I don't know the reversals. A breakdown in communication. Conflict at home. That's usually what happens when a civil war starts brewing. For most of us, that happens right in our own home with other family members who follow the current occupant and party down the rabbit hole and into the abyss. They've got a rude awakening coming when they get there, because it's not going to be what they think it's going to be. It's going to be a whole lot worse. But you see, that's where our strength comes in, because we know and understand that, and we're able to look beyond that and see what is coming down the road. Then I got the Knight of Pentacles. Actually, it came reversed that way. This is self-discipline, feeling stuck, work without reward. I think a lot of people are in that point right now. We're busting our ass. We don't make a decent paycheck. We can barely scrape by and pay the bills. And there's no money to take a vacation or, buy a newer car because the one you've got is falling apart. Or buying new clothes because your old clothes no longer fit, whether if they're too big or too small in either direction. It's still, you need new clothes and you can't afford it. Or your kids need new shoes. School year just started. They got to have new shoes to start out the school year. Hopefully it'll last them throughout the school year. I feel like a lot of people, just from what I've been listening to today, a lot of people are really kind of struggling with what happened yesterday. The pew-pew at the church. It's only going to get tougher for these families. They're going to need us now more than ever. And for God's sakes, don't put thoughts and prayers. That's the last damn thing they want to hear from anybody. And don't accept that from your leadership. Call them out on it. Say, that's real nice, but what are you going to do about it? What are you willing to do about it? That's the question we have to ask. Now, what are you prepared to do? I think our hope comes from the fact that more and more people are waking up to what's going on. More and more people are starting to understand what grave mistakes that they have made in voting for the current occupant and gang. I think there's a lot more of us really pissed off because we knew damn well we did vote for him, but yet our district shows almost unanimous. Everybody went for him. I don't think so. Check out Election Truth Allowance or Allegiance or smartelections.us. Two very good organizations that are busting their butt to know and understand what happened in the last election cycle and how we had standard voting statistics that were not standard, except that it was happening in every swing state, in every district, in every county. Something that's unheard of. For someone who was having to pay people to come and listen to him, and even then, most of them were leaving in the middle of it because he's just a grumpy old man that was just bitching and complaining. A lot of people are just, they're tired. We're just tired. But we gotta be willing to roll up our sleeves and get back to work. We've got a lot more work to do. So keep that as your kernel of hope today. There's a lot of work to do, and we can do it. We are designed to do it and to win. And in the long run, we will win. All right. Y'all have a great day. We'll talk again tomorrow. Bye for now.